Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So today's video is going to be my second Valentine's Day nail design, and I'm so excited for this to play out. I love how the nails turned out and everything. Right now I am just getting my products ready. I am using my bombnails pink dapping dish. I'm also using the bombnails scented monomer. And at the time of me recording this video, it was very cold. It was, I think, the day before we got like snow down south, so it was really cold, but I wanted to come out and record a video. And since it was really cold, I knew that the monomer wasn't really gonna like set up. Whenever you have a cold environment and you are using acrylic, the product is just going to like be super runny. It's not gonna set fast enough. So I also added a couple drops of the Kiara Sky monomer enhancer, and the purpose of that is just to make it set up a little bit faster. If you don't have the Kiara Sky monomer enhancer, you also can use some acetone, just a few drops of acetone into the monomer. That will also help it like set up a lot faster and not be super runny. And also I'm using bombnails pink acrylic. It has a really pretty like glittery base, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to be using this as like the base color of my nails, and this color is called Sparkle. I will try to leave everything I use down below for you guys to check out. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the process of this nail design. So my original thought, it goes back to when I drew out this design using my nail templates by Kay. I've been really loving trying to create nail designs, and I'm also watching her videos as well, just to kind of like get a few more tips on how to like create the design on the templates. It's so fun, especially if you love like digital nail art or drawing. I just find it really fascinating. So I'm getting more into it, and I did draw out this design. It was kind of inspired by a lot of other Valentine's Day nails. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, but I just never really got to it. And as you saw by the thumbnail and title, this is gonna be like the notebook paper type of nail design. And yeah, I really love how it turned out. But the process behind it, after I drew down my design and what I wanted to do, my original base was going to be some acrylic nails, some really long acrylic nails. But remember, I told you guys it was really cold. If I had done this with nail tips and the product on top of the nails, I just knew I was gonna have a lot of work cut out for me, because the monomer, like, it just wouldn't harden as fast as I wanted to, and sometimes I can be super impatient. So the way I worked around it is I still wanted the nails to be this acrylic. I wanted to have like a really nice long set of nails and like, you know, still give that acrylic look to it. So instead of using nail tips, I did decide on using the Femi Beauty method. If you guys don't know, this is a nail method created by Femi Beauty, and it is where, as you already can see if you are unfamiliar with it, this is a process where instead of putting the product on top of the nails, you put it inside of a full cover nail tip and then go and attach it to your nails. I used to do this method all the time when I first started out. I kind of started slacking with doing this method because I am working with more products, so I need to be like on top of the nails. But this is definitely a process or a technique if you are just beginning, or you just want something really quick. If you don't like how long it takes to like apply acrylic or polygel even on top. I am using acrylic with this method and today, but you also can use polygel. I think that's like how I originally first seen it being done, with polygel. So if you were interested or if you were curious, you can use acrylic and polygel for this method. And as you can see, it is going by rather quick. That's also a reason why I wanted to do this method, because I knew it would just go by really fast and just very minimal work. So as you guys can see, the way I am doing it, I'm just picking up a bead as I usually would and just putting it inside of the nail tip and making sure that I'm getting the product everywhere underneath that nail. And I'm also making sure to get up on the sides, because that is going to be like really important to make sure that you have that really nice structured nail. And I know there's going to be some people wondering if these nails actually last long using this method. I'm pretty sure if you do prep your nails as you would like any other nail process, they will last. But if you want to see like more info about it, like more tips and tricks on like from the creator, definitely make sure to go check out Femi Beauty's channel. I'm pretty sure you will get like more information about it watching hers, but I will say I definitely love this method a lot. And notice how I'm only focusing on like I'm guessing it's like what, 90% of the nail, not necessarily going up to the cuticle part of the nail. I'm only gonna do just the tips. The only part I'm not gonna feel is the area where I will attach it to my nails, and there is a reason for it. At first I did like just do the whole nail and apply it as I go, but the more I did this method, I do realize that it's easier if I just do the tips first, allow them to dry, especially when using acrylic, because when you do go attach it to the nails, like the product underneath the nails is still going to be kind of wet, so it's just a lot easier to allow the tips to dry, so when I go back and do the cuticle bead and attach it, I can hold it how I need to make sure that the nail is applied properly. And that's pretty much how the first part of the application went. Also a tip for this, if you do want to make sure that the nails are going to look right, since we are applying them underneath the nail, occasionally you can flip the nail over and see how it looks from the top view, because again, that is what's going to be seen from these nails anyway. So definitely make sure that you are checking the top part of the nail just to make sure that you are getting it to the look you want, especially when you are encapsulating glitters or any type of like encapsulated pieces, whatever you want to put into the nails, it also works for that as well. So now that I got the tips of these nails done and I did turn off the camera, allow them some time to dry, now I'm going back in and applying a cuticle bead, and now I'm going to be attaching these to my nails. So as you guys can see, I am freely holding the nail how I need to apply the cuticle bead and attach it to my nails. Once I do have the nail on my finger, I usually would hold it there for a couple seconds and then use my little clips. I don't know what they call, but they're like little clips that you hold the polygel dual forms on. They come in a lot of those type of kits. I can't remember what I did with them. Like, I've looked everywhere I knew they could possibly be. I can't remember where I put them, so I did have to hold these nails on for at least 2 minutes each. But of course I did cut that part out, so you're not just watching me hold each nail for like 2 minutes. That's the tricky part. It does take some time like attaching to the nails, so definitely the clips are very useful for this method. But yeah, after I do allow it to sit in and set up on my nail, I just go on to the next one, apply some in the cuticle area and attach it to my nails again until I have all of the nails nice and attached. Also, after I finish, I did allow that some time to dry as well, just to make sure I didn't have any nails popping off. So after I did apply all of my nails, I did my thumb off camera. I am going to go back and just apply a little bit more underneath my nails. This wasn't really necessary, especially because I am going to be doing some nail art on top of these, which is going to be some long white fringes. So like the base of this nail isn't even going to show. So really, I don't know why I made up my mind to even do this. Maybe it could add strength to the nails. I'm not sure what my purpose was, but I just knew I felt better with going back and applying some, because on the edges of some of the nails, they do look kind of sheer, like they don't look really opaque. So if you were to just have the like product as the base color and you weren't going to do any nail art, you do want to make sure that all of these like all of the spots in the nail is the same opacity. So like I said, for me, I just think I felt better knowing. I did add a little bit more underneath it. So something else I also noticed when doing these nails, whenever I did attach it to my nails, with the pressure of me adding the nails, and since the product was still wet, it did push a little bit down, like as you can see, like underneath the nail, or like just right below my free edge of my nail, it kind of looks spaced out where the product was kind of pushed further down. I didn't really like how that was gonna look, because with the base of this nail, that's gonna be the part that's showing, and so I just wanted it to look all one coverage. So I am gonna go back on top of these nails just so that the acrylic can show a little bit more vibrant and just a little bit better where I know this part of the acrylic is gonna show. And also I really did like this because you can see the glitter a lot better as well, compared to it being underneath like the nail tip. But to keep this part from being super bumpy and me having to do a lot of filing, I am going to keep the beads rather wet so that I know I can smooth it out. And I'm just going to be placing a medium-sized bead right there where I can see like the product being pushed down. I will push it up at my cuticle area just to make that look a little bit more nicer. And once the product is to my liking, I am going to just blend the rest of that product down to make an even blend. And after I finish doing that to all of my nails, this is pretty much how they look. So like I said, they also give that really nice acrylic look. But the one thing I love most about doing this method is the filing part. I don't have to do any filing. Well, I am going to do some filing, like just reshaping the edges and stuff and buffing over the surface. But compared to having to like debulk the nails, make them all even, and like the actual file process, this is just so much better. I love when I only have to do minimum filing, because that is the worst part of the nail. Like I do not like filing nails at all. I just feel like sometimes it takes so long for no reason. So I was really happy when I didn't really have to do a lot of filing to these nails. I am just taking my hand file and I'm just filing the free edge of the nail to remove that little piece of plastic, and also just quickly going on the sides just to make sure that if some of the acrylic got up on the sides, I just make them straight and crisp how I like. And then again, when it comes to the cuticle area, I don't have to do much filing either, but just like my après method or like my Gel X nails, I do like to go around my cuticle and just make sure everything look nice and snug. Just give it a little bit more of a natural look and just seal it in a little bit more. That's just my personal preference. So I'm gonna do that same process on these nails as well. Then also, after I finish using my e-file, I am gonna get a buffer and just buff over the surface of all of my nails so we can get started with the nail art. And also, if you are enjoying today's video so far, make sure to go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, or leave a simple comment down below. Any simple thing you do to interact with my channel, it is very much appreciated. After I did buff over my nails, I did make sure to cleanse them down, wipe them down to remove all of that dust. And now we can get into the first part of the nail art. This part is going to be really simple. It's just going to be the base of my design, which is going to be some really long extended French tips over all of my nails using this white gel polish. So I'll just go ahead and do this. I think I'm going to speed it up a little bit so it doesn't take very long. Yeah, I'm going to do this over all of my nails, giving them a 30-second cure in between each one before moving on to the next. With just one layer of this gel polish, I did think it was kind of spotchy, so off camera I did go back and add a second layer, and this is how it looks now. It looks a lot better. They look a lot more opaque. So now we can move on to the next part of this design. So I did have two blue gel polishes and I mixed up to create the perfect shade of blue that I was looking for. And I'm just taking a liner brush and just doing some horizontal stripes across my nails, and this is going to be the blue lines on notebook paper. So yeah, as you guys remember from the title, the thumbnail, the design I'm gonna do, this is gonna be like love notes. I think that's what I'm gonna call this nail design, like love notes, because we all know how it used to be when we were in school and we used to write our crush's name on the paper with hearts and just do like little drawings and stick people, like stick figures, just drawing any and everything. I think that's what made me like the concept of these nails a lot more, because I used to do that a lot. So that's pretty much how I'm going to start off like the paper design. And once I do this to all of my nails, I'm also going to create like the perfect peachy shade. It's going to be like a really soft peach pink, and that's going to be the vertical stripe on the left side of the nail for like the you guys know what I'm talking about, like for the paper. And that's pretty much where we are going to start. And this is how it is looking. I love the way this looks already. Like, you cannot tell me this is not like paper from the store. And now it's time to do like the little drawings on the nails. I did map out what I wanted each nail to say, so I'm just going to follow my nail template that I use from Kate to do each nail what I assigned to say. This one is going to say date me, and of course when we did used to draw like anything on the paper, these things are going to be more for like Valentine's Day, like crushes and stuff like that, to fit the Valentine's Day theme. So I'll just let you guys watch this part play out. One thing I did want to say about the writing part of this design is that it was extremely hard for me to do. I did keep out a lot of my mistakes because you guys will be sitting here a while if I kept everything in. So you don't see a lot of the mistakes, but just know it was very difficult. I did want this to look as neat as possible, and trying to like write out on the nails with the brushes, I just can't really get like my brush to be placed where I want them to be. When I'm trying to do small nail art like this, I just feel like the tip of my brush never really cooperate with me. So whenever I place it down, it's always like this little point that's out of place. So I definitely had to be careful with that. But also, since it wasn't super neat, it just adds to the fact that like it's like hand drawn, and you know, like middle school crushes and stuff like that, like it just gives like that little, that innocent Valentine's Day cutesy type of look, if you know what I mean. So for that, I did like it, but in a way I did wish I could get this a lot more neater than it was. So for that reason, I wasn't really stressing it. And yeah, you'll just see what else I end up doing on these nails. So on my middle nail, I did do 2 stick figures. On my ring nail, I'm writing yes or no. It's such a like check the box vibe. I didn't have any room to put like the boxes on there because I did write it kind of big, but I did just do that. And on my pinky, I did write hey baby, but for the angle I wanted to write it, I couldn't do it on camera, so I did just go ahead and do it off camera, and that's pretty much what it looks like. And then over on my thumb, I did want to keep it just simple and just do XOXO, and then I'm going to give the nails a final cure before we add on the surrounding designs to the nails. So just following my design from Kate Nails templates, I am going to be doing some kisses and some hearts. I thought it was going to be difficult to try to draw like kissy lips, so I did search for these stickers here, and these are the only ones I could find. They were perfect, but when I placed them on the nail, I felt like they were a little bit see-through, and I didn't really like it as much. But as long as I can get like this design to the point where I wanted it, I was absolutely fine with it. So I'm just picking up some of these stickers here and then just placing them how I want on my nails. After I do my kissy stickers, I did have a couple heart stickers, but I didn't really like the look of the stickers I had, so I am just gonna use a dotting tool and some red gel polish just to finish creating my hearts on the nails. Firstly, I am just going in over all of my nails and just placing the 2 dots where I know I'm gonna want my hearts to be, and then once I finish, I'll go in with the brush, connect them, and fill in my hearts. Then again, give those another cure. So after filling in my last heart and curing the design on, that's pretty much left. I'm just gonna top coat these nails. And then also while I'm top coating them, I do have some red rhinestones out. So as I top coat them, instead of doubling back adding rhinestone glue, just when I add on my top coat, I'm gonna go ahead and place a single rhinestone up at the cuticle of each nail and then go ahead and give that a cure. And once I finish adding on my top coat and rhinestones, I will be back to show you guys how the finished set looks. And just as we always do, finish these nails off with some cuticle oil. So once I did apply it and rub that in, this is how the finished nails look. And I am absolutely obsessed with how these nails turned out. I feel like these nails are exactly what I imagined, even though I feel like my writing part could have been a little bit neater. But like I said, I do love the fact that they look handwritten, and the background of my nails are paper, so it just really adds that unique handwritten feel to it. I just love how these nails turned out. I'm glad I was actually able to get to this design because like I said in the beginning, I've been wanting to do this design for Valentine's Day so long, but I just never really got to it. So I'm so happy that I was able to. And also I will keep using Kate's nail templates because that's pretty much how I'm gonna plan out a lot of my Valentine's Day designs. Definitely make sure to check out her templates where you can order them and have them sent to you, and you can have your fun with them as well. I'll have everything I use linked down below, and let me know what you thought about today's set. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.